everybody doing? Welcome to Transgurus again. Um, Today's theme, we're talking about good habits. What kind of good habits do we have as transgender people? How can we improve ourselves? So um, I let Christian go first. Come on, boy. Go ahead.
Thank you, Ella. Um, I really think this is an awesome topic because at one point in time in my life, I kind of had hazardly gone through and had habits that were kind of random because I didn't totally understand how to be intentional with my success or what kind of an outcome I wanted, and sometimes I would make it, sometimes I wouldn't, and I wanted to change the odds. I started like researching and finding out good ways on how to develop good habits and made them a part of my life. I still got more to go, but one of the things that I incorporated into my life was exercise, and that's been something a part of my life. That's been a part of my life ever since I was young. But sometimes it life comes by and it can derail you off of doing the exercise because it might be seen as like, oh, it's just an inconvenience compared to having to pay the bills, or I gotta take care of the house, or I gotta do some homework. But having the discipline of working out every day releases an enormous amount of endorphins and good feelings that come into my brain, at least, and I feel really good after I push myself to do something really tough and challenging. And um, I I put all that work into that exercise, so it only naturally follows to have another good habit of good nutrition. And I make sure to with the habit to build is by going to the grocery store and getting good food and bringing it home, making sure my fridge and my cabinets are stocked with good food that's going to encourage energy and encourage me to feel really on top of things and have clarity of mind, and not so much sugar so it doesn't affect my brain chemistry, and a lot of bad things I've read about sugar. Not trying to be negative, but it's just a fact of life. And um, I have a morning routine, I have an evening routine, and I follow them to the T. I have ADHD, so sometimes it's a little hard to stay on track because I got like a couple things running through my mind at the same time, and sometimes I have a lot of clarity of mind, and sometimes I'm really focused on stuff. But by having a morning routine and having an evening routine, I'm able to get um, structure in my life, and I go through those things every day. It's the same thing every day, but by doing that and being disciplined with it, I actually give myself more time because I get more efficient. I get quicker at it, and then I get for the morning routine. An example of what I do: I have my clothes already lined up. Actually, the evening routine, I already have my clothes lined up for the next day. I get dressed. I go, or I go take a shower, and I already have like my everything lined up, my facial products, my brushing my teeth. I have my lunch made the night before so I could just run out the door, and everything is efficient, so I never have to be late to my job or miss a deadline. I always have all my stuff. Nighttime, I get all my gear ready, and I do all the little things I need to do. Those type of habits turn into a lifestyle, and before you know it, I've like had so much more time on my plate, and I was able to do so much um, more things that I wanted to do, like reading that book, or going to that place and exploring, or you know, taking a look at that Netflix show that I really wanted to, like that documentary or something. Like by having that discipline and building that habit in my life, all those habits in my life, I've actually like become more free. Same thing with work. I have habits that I have a work routine. Like try to try to have a routine for everything, even checklists. Like when I go to the grocery store, I don't just haphazardly go to the grocery store. I have a checklist with me, and I check off the things, so I don't just randomly buy like some potato chips that are, yeah, right, Ellie, you know what I'm saying? Like those potato chips are tempting, you know, and I'm like, oh God, it's like I just want to grab it, and then I, or those cookies, or the ice cream over there, and I'm like, wait, I gotta look at the list, and yeah, there are some snacks I can get, but I'll be very strategic, like wheat thins. You can eat 23 of those, and it's only like 150 calories or something like that, So that to me, I'll put them in a sandwich baggie, and I'll separate it all up so that I know this is the portion that's going to come with this wheat thing. I throw the box away, and that's less space in my counter. I mean, in my cupboard. And I create my meal plans, and I just I go on my merry way. Sometimes it's hard to work out in the morning. People are like, oh, I don't have the. Well, I listened to this guy named David Goggins, and he said that there's no excuses for not working out. You got to take care of your body. You only got one of them. So he puts his workout clothes right next to his bed, and he sleeps in his like gym shorts or something, and he puts his shoes on. And literally, the second he wakes up, he gets up, he puts his gym shorts on, and he goes, and I guess he drinks a little bit of water or does a couple burpees to wake himself up, and then he's out the door running. So those are the type of things that, like, if you really want, like, I don't want to say you, but if I wanted a different life. I wanted to be disciplined. I wanted to reach my goals for workout, my nutrition, my morning and evening routine and time. And I was like realizing things were happening that I was getting derailed off of my schedule, taking too much time to get ready, taking too much time to wind down in the night. Like at nighttime, I won't even watch TV because it's just that blue light will kind of keep me up. So there's habits like that. It's like, what kind of a life do you want? And revolve, or not revolve, but like cater your life to the goals and that you have at this time. And that's going to determine what type of habits you need to incorporate into your life. And the more you practice it, at first it's not going to be easy, but slowly build it into your life, and then it will eventually become second nature. You won't be able to live without it. It'll feel weird if you don't do it. So it's almost like, I don't know, blinking. If we had to think about it, it would be kind of weird. You know, now we don't have to think about it anymore. It's just automatic. So
Absolutely.
that's my take on some of the habits I do, and I think that if anybody has similar goals, or if they would like to do any of those things I mentioned before, then you could
Thank you
take
very
what I
much,
said.
Christian.
Shannon, run with this one. This is a real good topic for you.
I totally agree with you, Christian, because I think good habits are very important to keep track of your life mentally and physically. Shannon, go ahead.
Okay, awesome. Christian, thank you for that. That's all really, really good stuff. And I think what developing good habits, I know it's been maybe a year ago, my daughter and her husband bought a house up in the outer areas of Atlanta, Georgia. And I remember telling my daughter and her husband, my son-in-law, that y'all are moving to a new house. It's a whole new environment. It's a brand new program, a new everything. So you're like starting a clean slate. And the first thing I said to him, it wasn't to check your hot water heater or the filter in the air conditioner. No, it was be conscious of what you begin to do, because that when you move to a new environment and start a new job or move, or there's any kind of change in your life, there's like a new opportunity to develop routines and habits. It's amazing that humans, it doesn't take long. For an example, for the last week or so, I was driving a loaner car. My car was getting worked on. And then when I got my car back this morning, my car has a shifter in the center console, and my loaner car had one on the column. I'm still going for the column to shift the car. And it's amazing that I thought about that. It's just, I've been in this loaner car for only a week, and I've already programmed myself that the shift the gear from park to drive is on the column, but in my car, it's on the center console. So when you have a new episode in your life where if you move, or even becoming transgender, I know my routine didn't really change a whole lot because I live my life the way I live my life. But it's developing these habits, these routines. Humans, we are creatures of habit, and this can be good, and this can also be not good, because the routine can become stifling. It's like if you go to the same restaurant, sit in the same chair, order the same meal, have the same beverage. That, if you do go to the same restaurant, sit in another chair. Maybe try something different at the menu. These are things that we can do to keep from falling into the trap of autopilot. So I wrote a couple things down here. What Christian also touched on. It's like you just can't brush your teeth once. If you want to have good dental hygiene, you have to brush your teeth twice a day and floss. And that will pay dividends, later on in life. So it's the little things that we do in life that make a big difference in our life. You just don't go to the gym one time and you're in shape. Again, I'm in the parking lot of an LA Fitness right now, doing this Zoom call. And so it's like going to the gym every day, brushing your teeth every day, practicing some type of spirituality, some education, keep our education up. Things that there's a certain component of self-improvement in all things. So if we get in the habit or routine of engaging in activities that polish our skills, enhance our spirituality, make us stronger, financially and physically. Each day that we wake up, if we engage in that type of lifestyle, those activities in our life, each day that when we wake up, we're a new and improved version of ourselves. It's climbing the mountain. It's like either you sink or you swim. That's kind of how it is in life, because time is continuing. So if we're not making some type of progress in our life, we're actually going backwards because the earth is spinning. So for there to be progress in our life, there needs to be a sense of, in order for there to be a sense of fulfillment in our life, there needs to be a sense of progress. And we develop these habits by making conscious decisions. Ella.
Thank you very, very much. Absolutely. Bonnie, you want to go next?
Sure. I was going to say that, pardon?
You have to go, Christian?
Yep, I got to run to the, but thank you for letting me be a part of this. Take care, y'all.
Hey,
and,
you have a great evening, Christian.
And Shannon,
love you, Christian.
I love you too. And I thought that metaphor for the swimming was awesome. It's like you can't, how you expect to tread water if you only do it one time. If you only move your arms and legs one time, you're gonna sink right to the bottom. So you got to keep that habit up, and become a strong swimmer. Love you guys. Have a great day, everybody.
Remember, Christian, next week we're all going to do it together live.
I can't wait.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't wait. I'll bring cookies.
Me too.
Love y'all.
Love
Love you
you.
too.
Everybody. Take care.
Well, habits is very similar in ways to self-talk. And I know that we've done a show on self-talk, but what I was going to say is what we think about is what manifests. Well, our habits, if we're doing negative habits, that's what's going to manifest. Like, as an example, both Shannon and Christian are very, very physically active, and they're in excellent condition. That's because that's the habits and that's where they want to be. Now, don't misunderstand me. I want to lose weight and I want to get in shape.
Me too.
But,
Me too.
and what you say, everything you said before but doesn't matter. Everything you say after but is all that matters, is that I just don't have that fire right now in my life, but that's okay because that's me and it works for me. And the same as it works for Shannon and it works for Christian. It's good to be active because you got to remember our body is the temple of our soul. So the better we take care of our body, the longer theoretically our soul is going to be here healthier. And with all that, it's all the concept of where is your head at? Where do you want to be? Where do you see yourself down the road? Habit. Get up in the morning. Read your goals. Go do whatever in your shower, blah, blah, blah. Go through your day. Do whatever you're going to do. Do visualization. I do visualization all the time. At the end of the night, before you go to bed, you read your goals. And you have certain things that you incorporate in a habit where it's almost like self-talk, because if you're doing exercise, you're reinforcing that endorphins that are derived from performing. And with that being said, but that may work for some people and it might not work for other people. And it goes back and forth, and there's no right, there's no wrong. The key is that whatever your self-talk is will have an effect on what your goals are and what your routine is and what you're working towards. In other words, if you're trans female, you might get up in the morning and wash your face and put moisturizer, and then after your shower and all that, then put your makeup on. It's a habit. You don't want to go out looking like hell and walk out your hair all messed up, not taking a bath and looking grungy. I mean, what I'm trying to say, it's just like self-talk. If your habit is right, that is conducive to where you see yourself going in the future, the same as goals, the same as working towards something. But if your habits go along, if let's say you got a habit, you go out, drink all night long, you come home, you got to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, go to work. You're not going to perform at work. But if work is what's going to get you to surgeries, electrolysis, doctors, hormones, so work is important. So therefore, your habits should be those that are going to reinforce where your goals and what you're working towards in life. So it's not just habits. The habits have to encompass everything from self-talk, goals, and what you're working towards. And then your habits will develop around what it is that you want to accomplish in life. That's all.
Yeah, I think you're right. You have to always,
Those are good points, Bonnie. Good points.
Thank you.
you always have to actually, yeah, you have to put your habits and your lifestyle together. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. I mean, for me, my daily routine is part of my daily habits. I always start by every day by having my little prayer. Yes, I pray every day. I get up usually quite early, even if I don't have too much work. I always get up early because it is that rhythm which is so important to keep up with. But there are the habits of, let's say, the physical habits and the mental habits. Just like you have to be, let's say, a sportive person on your body, you have to be a sportive person on your mind too. And for me, it is very much part of my habits to try to keep track with my mind, sometimes by writing something, of course, reading something. Since I'm in international business, for me, international news is very important to know what's going around the world because that affects my business and my daily life. I mean, I don't mean, the news, the political news from the USA. I mean, the general news from the world, what's going on in India, what's going on in Europe, what is going on in all over the place. If there is a new law in India, it affects my life because I have got a business which actually deals with India. So this is part of my daily lives to be informed about what are my perspectives, business-wise, and as well to have a little bit of mental stimulation to see what's going on. So I like to read too sometimes, see what's going on in the what do you call in the world of reading and in the world. It's very important for me too. So I mean, everybody has got their own goals in life. And it should be an habit from everybody to actually put them together, write them, and tell why am I here in this life? What am I doing? What is important for me? As a transgender person, of course, we've got some special habits.
You're transgender?
Well, sometimes, yeah.
I'm just teasing.
Yes, we do have some habits that we have to keep ourselves because some things do not come automatically. Like one of the habits we have to do is to take our pills regularly, HRT. Those small things, but all those small things, they make your life better. They make, it's kind of putting, a little bit of oil that things are smooth and nice. Taking care of you as a transgender person, mainly the way you look, is so important. And I don't mean if you are trans man, trans woman, or non-conforming. It doesn't make any difference. It's the way you want to look to make sure that it is correct to what you believe in. But it just takes an extra bit than probably cis people, because cis people, everything comes a little bit more automatically. So you probably have to go the extra mile, even if you are gender non-conforming, to be yourself. So that is, for me, I think, what good habits are. It's just, try to know what you want. Try to, really put them together in a piece of paper and say, I am this. And live by them. Try to do, and most people only have to put, kind of goals which are connected with work, connected with family living and everything. We have a little bit extra as transgender people because we've got, as a transgender person, we have to put as well our goals, the one we want to, the way we want to function and to be. And never forget, because you transition, it's not the end of it. You still have got your normal life. There's a hell of a lot of things that transgender have a little bit more complicated than the other people. But that teaches us as well to be more goal-oriented. It teaches us to be more thinking
mindful
about ourselves, mindful. Thank you, Jimmy. it's a little bit of our extra work that we need that makes us sometimes better. So this
It's
is
all
what
about perspective too. I mean, I'm not trying to interrupt them, but there's perspective that goes along with the habits. If you're working on something and the end result isn't going to be what you want, then that habit is not conducive to where you're headed. So therefore, you need to change your goals. I'll give you a quick example. I gained some weight through COVID. I don't know, 40 pounds, whatever. It's overwhelming, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? My boobs are bigger. So, I don't know. I mean, it's like I want to lose the weight, but I really like the big boobs. It's like, okay, perspective. Okay, my habit should be that I should be working out. But then if I work out and I lose a bunch of weight, then, so it's like, you have to find a compromise in your goals, what you're striving for, what it is that you want, and where you see yourself down the road, and your goals, and all that has got to do with the habits. And hopefully the habits match everything else that's going on in your life. Anyway.
Let me mention something that Ella touched on in developing good habits and developing good routines. So let's say we're starting from idle, and then we're going to make conscious decisions and choices that are that reflect our best interests. And the how it works is it takes a desire, and then we make a decision, and then there's a commitment. And usually this starts with a vision. And I think Ella mentioned, or Bonnie mentioned that also. So to initiate an action, the hardest part about any workout that I have ever done in my life is not picking up the weights, it's walking through the door. So once we make the commitment to engage in activities that improve our life, say for an example, Bonnie was talking about, we all put on weight during the pandemic, including myself. So I have made conscious choices and decisions to alter my diet so that I can try to lose some of this weight. So it's like when we initiate a new action, it always takes more effort. And once it's kind of like you have a big giant, you look at an airplane taking off at a runway in an airport, the things at the end of the runway getting ready to take off, the pilot has to put full throttle on all the engines, full throttle to get the airplane going, and then in the air, and then once they get to cruise altitude, they throttle back to cruise control, which is only maybe 60% of the power of that engine. So anytime we initiate a new action, it's going to require full throttle until it becomes part of our routine. And then as a result of that new routine, we have elevated our existence to the point that what was full throttle now is only 50% throttle. And that's how a person grows, continually stepping outside the comfort zone. If we continually step outside the comfort zone, we'll be in a continued state of growth. The comfort zone is a nice place to hang out, but nothing grows there. So it's that initial effort required to establish inertia, momentum. Once you get going, then you're in cruise mode. And then you can again make other adjustments to keep challenging ourselves to initiate growth. Ella.
Absolutely. And don't forget something as well, because when you go on the full throttle, what do you call that, firewall? You go up, and then sometimes you go down. And you know what? You have to put some more full throttle to go up again. Probably not full throttle, but at least in more energy to go up again. Life is a continuous state of, getting to the right position.
What you work at today becomes habit tomorrow.
Absolutely. And it's something very interesting you told too, because I totally agree with you that becoming, going to go work out, it starts by walking in the door. For us transgender, this is so true because, we have to trust ourselves with our feelings. Nobody tells us or makes a test to tell that you are a transgender. It's your feelings. You have to trust your feelings. And this is so important. And you know what? Most of the times your feelings are not 1% right. They are 100% right. So that's, I just wanted to add. Anything else?
Next week, we're all going to be together as a group, no Zoom.
We haven't done
Live.
that for ages, almost a year. Oh,
No, we're all excited.
almost.
Yeah, we're going to be back in the studio. I'm looking forward to it. I think that adds more energy. There's more dynamic. There's just more energy in the air when we're all together. So looking forward to resuming our in-person filming.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching Transgurus. We love you. Come and see us in Facebook. Come and see it is in YouTube. We love you and thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.